Welcome into the Neutral Zone. Aiden Barrett alongside Matt Mugno, David Marr. Guys, about a quarter way into the season. How about it?
Yeah, it's been a good season for the Bobcats so far, sitting at 7-1-2 and getting ready for a big home-and-home series with Princeton this weekend.
I'm doing great. They're dominating conference play. Can't complain.
Yeah, it's a good season so far for the Bobcats. Now, coming into the season, there were some question marks. There were some subtractions, new players coming into the mix. So far, from what you've seen, how have they molded together?
I think everything's kind of coming together now. We're seeing their power play start to click a little bit. Colin Graf's been a great addition. He has 6 goals. He's tied first in the ECAC with Tyler Watkins of Union. He's goals per game, 6 and 10, so he's 4th in the ECAC in goals per game and points, 11 and 10. That's 3rd in the ECAC. Now, in his career, he dominated the NCDC for the Junior Bruins with 101 points in the 91 games played there, and in 37 games last season, he had 22 points. Now, the pace he's on this season, 33 guaranteed games, 36-point pace. Last season, Metz had 37 points and was first for Quinnipiac, and Bob Giovanni, the captain and leader of the offense, had 34 points and was second. So he's on pace to break that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mugno. I actually talked to Colin Graf after the Yale game this past weekend. He told me he's learning from the leaders on this team like Zach Metza and Ethan DeYoung, and he's gelling with them, not just on the power play, but as an offense in general. And you can see it on the ice. The Bobcats putting up some great numbers on offense. And the defense, look at the grad transfers they've added in the transfer portal, like Jake Johnson, who came over from RPI, Jacob Norquist from Lake Superior State. They're giving them a little bit more depth on the back end and a little bit more veteran leadership as well. And this team is looking very much complete, and they're getting better every single game, and they're certainly going to be a tough out in the ECAC moving forward.
Newbies fitting in well. What can we expect going forward?
Well, I think this team's set up for a run at the ECAC championship. They were short of it last season, and this year I think that they're going to be set up for it. There's really not a lot in the ECAC to be scared of right now. The one team to be concerned about for the Bobcats moving forward is Harvard. They're still undefeated. They're 7-0. They look very solid with an excellent offense and a great goaltender in Mitch Gibson. But the Bobcats are learning lessons from past games. They went to Maine, they lost, and they learned lessons from that. They beat them the next day. They haven't lost a road game since. They had a little bit of trouble at Brown, but found a way to win that game in the third period. Went to Yale and easily took care of business against the Bulldogs. They're learning lessons from past games, and it's showing that their veteran leadership is good enough to carry them forward. And I still think they've got a great chance to win the Whitelock Cup and go all the way in the ECAC.
I think it really is Harvard that's in the way. Shots per game, they're second in the ECAC to Harvard. Harvard with 33.8, Quinnipiac 33. Goals allowed per game, second in the ECAC to Harvard. Goals per game, second in the ECAC to Harvard with 3.6. So a lot of their statistical categories are second to Harvard, who's undefeated. They've come out strong since Ivy League schools started playing. But the Bobcats are poised to take on a team like that in a series, and I think they can really take it if the offense comes through. They're on a win-5 streak. Ethan DeYoung, 5 goals. Jacob McQuillan, 5 goals. Graf leading the team in points as a transfer. So I think they're getting a lot of contributions. All stat categories are looking great, and the on-ice product is looking a little more consistent, as David had just stated.
All right, cool stuff, guys. Quinnipiac and Princeton this weekend. Have a good weekend.